An annual forum is happening next week to discuss Richland County's transportation penny tax program.
The State of the Penny address invites the public to hear about the history of the program, its impacts, and the projects currently underway or completed with the funds. Richland County Council Chairman Overture Walker and Transportation Advisory Committee Chair John Black are here to discuss the upcoming State of the Penny address. Thank you both for stopping by.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
So first, Chairman Walker, can you kind of break down what the transportation penny tax program is?
Sure. Well, again, good morning, Intisar. Thank you for having me and this opportunity to just talk about the penny. So state law permits local governments, specifically counties, to levy a transportation sales tax. What makes the transportation sales tax, I guess, different from any other tax that's levied by the county, like the accommodations tax or the hospitality tax or property taxes, is that it has to be passed by voters. It has to be passed via referendum. And so back in 2012, Richland County residents, they came out and actually voted for a transportation penny. And so the transportation penny is nothing more than just a 1 cent sales tax on goods and items that are sold throughout the county. And state law allows counties to use those funds for the improvement of transportation needs. That would encompass the bus system, that would encompass roads, bridges, sidewalks, and the like.
Now, John, you actually sit on the Transportation Advisory Committee. You're the chair of that committee. Talk about what it does exactly.
Well, again, good morning and thank you for having us. So our charge by council is to review the proposed projects and basically provide a recommendation of a prioritizing of those programs that then go back up to the ad hoc committee, who then goes up to the county council. So we're kind of like, we see the information, we review it, and then give our recommendation from a citizen's aspect to give advice to them.
Discuss a few of those major projects that have been completed since, the penny tax inception back in 2012.
Oh, but there have been several projects that have been completed. We have the Clemson Road widening, improvements to the North Springs intersection. We have the Shop Road extension, which has been huge for economic development. As a result of opening up that area, you've had companies like Jushi and Mark Anthony Brewing, which is the largest brewery in the United States, located right here in Richland County. You also had the Bluff Road Phase 1 improvements that have been made as well. And so there are just a litany of projects, in fact, too many for me to rattle off this morning. But the program is definitely on strong footing and projects are being completed in a timely manner.
And Mr. Walker, just talk about some of the challenges maybe you've been experiencing, the board has been experiencing, and maybe some of the pushback as well.
So the biggest challenge, I would say, Jamal, has been misinformation just about the program in general. And I won't, rattle off, all the things that I've heard or bad information about the penny that's out there. I think it's incumbent upon the county to educate our residents, regarding the penny program. Projects that are being completed, the status of projects, and also what the penny encompasses. I encounter voters all the time who say, oh, well, I voted for the penny and it was supposed to take care of this pothole in my neighborhood. It was supposed to pave this street. We're supposed to have a sidewalk installed here. And many folk don't know that the penny ordinance actually has projects that are enumerated. And so if there's any deviation from the penny with respect to those items that are listed or transcribed in the ordinance, the county would find itself violating the law, which is not something we want to do. So I think we have to do a better job of just informing residents about what is in the penny ordinance so they understand what it was that they voted on back in 2012.
Is the budget enough, economically now, opposed to 2012, where we are now in 2023, that over $1 billion fund, is that enough in the pot?
I can say to you, Intisar, unequivocally, that there's more than enough funds in the pot to complete the projects. Now, I will say that back in 2020, the county had to sort of recalibrate, if you will. We had to go back to the drawing board, and I wasn't on county council at the time. But the county went back to the drawing board and had to assess as to whether or not some of the projects would actually put the county over budget or put the program over budget. There were 10 projects specifically that were looked at, and of those 10 projects, the decision was made to de-scope them, meaning that there was a decision made to limit the original scope in order to save money. Since then, 4 out of those 10 projects, we've gone back to the original scope as a result of the program being in a healthy position financially. Also in 2020, there was an additional $50 million that came back into the program as a result of the state of South Carolina, or DOT, taking over what we would call the malfunction junction interchange. That was as a result of federal dollars pouring into South Carolina. And so DOT decided to take over that project, which then allowed the county to save $52 million. And then the county also saved an additional $30+ million when the decision was made to bring the program back in-house. Previously, the Transportation Penny was managed by a third party. And so once the decision was made to bring the program in-house for management, that was additional $30 million. So you're talking about close to $80 million that the program has saved. And so I can assure you that there's more than enough funds to complete the projects.
Now, there is a forum coming up. Give us some information on what's going to be discussed, who can attend, all those details.
So the annual State of the Penny is going to be held in the County Council chambers, and basically what we're going to do is just introduce the program again, slight education pieces, who the citizens are on the committee, and then we will hear from the entities that are handling and benefiting most from the program. The Comet, OBO, Mike Maloney, Public Works, so those departments that are specifically leading certain areas that are benefiting from it, those ones will be providing presentations. And then after those are complete, we have the great and wonderful Cynthia Pryor Hardy, who will be a moderator of a question and answer forum once the presentations are completed. So it's going to be a night full of information and, hopefully kind of quash a lot of misinformation about the program and going forward.
Absolutely. We want to make sure our viewers have that firsthand information and are able to attend the forum. Again, a reminder, it is happening next Thursday, November 2nd at 6 p.m. It's taking place at the Richland County Administration Building on Hampton Street. Space is limited. For more information, you can head to richlandpenny.com. You can also submit questions early. They have a link there on their webpage of how you can submit those questions before the forum. Mr. Walker and Mr. Black, thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.